Hi, I'm Jed Sims and welcome to the session on the power of the value equation. What if there was one tool to rule them all, with apologies to Lord of the Rings? One tool that could transform strategy execution and project delivery by translating strategic intent into business results and, in the process, reduce waste, increase control and increase the value delivered. This is not utopia, we call it the value equation. Proven over the past 20 years to dramatically change projects and their results, the value equation provides you with a simple tool to direct, control and measure the results of your project investments, as I'll explain. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be able to start every project confident that you'll receive what you really want? Not only would this take the hassle out of projects, but it would also give you a competitive edge, as organisations that are highly capable in project and value delivery outperform their peers, according to McKinsey, by over 40% over time. Now that's a sizable advantage. The principal solution is the top value equation, which simultaneously increases your control of projects, reduces the level of waste on project, increases the value identified that can be delivered, ensures clarity, specificity and measurability, and they are key, and ensures everyone is on the same page. Increase control, increase results, reduce waste. What's not to like here? So this is the value equation, and on the surface it's very simple. Project activities A cumulatively deliver the desired business outcomes O. The business outcomes enable the delivery of the associated benefits B and their value V. And the value realized is determined by how well the outcomes and benefits are delivered and by the value of the financial benefit quantification value drivers D. That's how the equation works. Now this may seem all self-evident, but most projects fail to adequately define the most vital part of the value equation, and without that it doesn't work. And that is the desired business outcomes. You have to define the desired business outcomes first, then the benefits, then the value, and then the change activities. And then you can put it together in an outcomes dependency roadmap. Now the desired business outcomes are clear, specific statements that describe the targeted end state to be achieved in the business, not what the project's going to deliver. These are the end states to be achieved in the business after the end of the project, when everything is working just right, that are measurable with a true-false question. So you can look at the results you get against your outcome statement and say, have we or haven't we? Do we or don't we? Can we or can't we? When you have the outcome statement of we accurately invoice all service calls within 24 hours, do we or don't we? Very clear. No dispute. Importantly, these statements define what you're trying to achieve in business terms, not in project terms. This is the important point. It translates the whole focus up into the business area. What are we going to do and deliver and realize in the business? The achievement is clear, black or white. We do or we don't. We have or we haven't. We can or we can't. Any compromise in result is very clear. And they are your primary measure of success because they enable the benefits and value. If you don't achieve the outcomes, you don't get the benefits and value. That's why they're important, but they're too often missing. This lack of clarity and specificity leads to massive waste. Most projects only define objectives in non-measurable terms, or what they're going to do in terms of action plans, but not what they're trying to achieve. They may generate financial benefit targets, but without the outcomes and benefits to provide the link from what the activities are doing to the financial value, or any combination of these. Because these objectives or action plans or financial targets would make sense in an operational environment where the operational processes outcomes are already known, even if they're not clearly articulated at times, because they'll be acceptable in an operational environment, they're accepted, and the project proceeds with no clear, specific, measurable outcomes as its goals. So, why does this matter? For a number of reasons. Firstly, the lack of clarity and specificity about the end states you're trying to achieve allows everyone associated with the project to define their own variation of the goals and work to slightly, sometimes radically, different agendas. With no clear specific outcome statements, technicians, for example, have no visibility of the overall business outcome sought. Therefore, they can make decisions at the detail level which preclude you achieving what you set out to achieve. When the project rushes off to do and defines all its plans and everything without actually defining what it's trying to achieve, vast amounts of activity can be burned up unnecessarily pursuing false options and in rework. Up to 30-35% of projects can be rework. This is when the costs go up and the value goes down. The lack of a value equation means the current overwhelming focus on costs is not counterbalanced by a focus on value. So the project's primary measure of success is redefined away from being a business outcome to being, did we deliver on budget? However, you don't commission projects to see if you can deliver something on budget. Therefore, this cost focus is misplaced and the business value as a result is compromised. And if you don't set your financial quantifications up correctly for easy ongoing tracking and measurement, they can legitimately change during the course of the project, we'll explain in a later video, and this can result in an increase in the benefits value being missed because you didn't know it was there, or a decrease in the benefits value can be missed, which means you can pursue benefits that no longer exist, or, worst case, continue a project that's no longer viable. On a major program that was entering its 5th year, we developed the value equation, and this was the first time its desired business outcomes, benefits and value had been clearly defined. They'd had a business case, but it was full of numbers and things that no one believed anyway. The project governance team was so delighted they circulated the list of desired business outcomes to all staff and management with a note saying, "This is what we're delivering." It was the first time in 5 years they'd been able to explain in simple, clear and specific language exactly what they were trying to achieve. If you don't do this, it's all waste and no value. The power of the value equation is to translate it into all value and no waste. The difference a value equation makes can be massive. As all the value equation's dimensions are linked to the business outcomes, these become the focal point for all project activities and decisions. This simplifies benefits management, makes the invisible visible, and eliminates poor decision making. For example, the full delivery of the business outcomes enable the full delivery of the benefits. This simplifies benefits management. So, to manage the benefits, you initially only need to focus on managing the delivery of the outcomes. You don't need some massive parallel benefits management process. The project itself becomes the benefits realization process. Where the business outcomes are not fully delivered, the impacts of the shortfalls can be assessed in terms of their impact on the benefits and value lost. But if there are no business measures of success, and they're usually missing, any real gap between what was needed and what was delivered is invisible. You're reduced to measuring gaps between expectations and reality. With the value equation, the outcome is measurable, black or white, did we or didn't we achieve it? Therefore, when you actually see the results, you can see exactly, did we achieve it in full, what compromises were made, and what impact does that have on the benefits that we were expecting. When you have business outcomes, the project outcome, the primary measure of project success, can be defined as a subset of the business outcomes as project outcomes. So this also means you create a set of clear, specific, measurable outcomes for the project. Did the project deliver these outcomes in full, yes or no? You also can see the gap between what the project's going to deliver, its outcomes, and the business outcomes you want to achieve overall, so that this gap can be managed to ensure it's not too big and therefore will cause the benefits not to be realised. In most projects, this gap is invisible. Delivery of the project outcomes, clear, specific, measurable project outcomes, will enable the delivery of immediately available benefits. Now, some project managers firmly believe that they have absolutely no accountability for benefits, that benefits have nothing to do with them, it's purely with the business. But that is not true. When you deliver the project outcome, some of the benefits you're targeting will become available at that time, and therefore they should become part of the measures of success of the project. So the project team, in conjunction with the business, can be charged with the responsibility for realizing these benefits. This importantly ensures the project team is business benefits focused, which unfortunately is too rare today. Part of the value equation is the outcomes dependency roadmap. And what this roadmap does is it enables all decisions made on the project to be assessed in terms of their potential and impact on all up and downstream outcomes and their workload and benefits. This equips the project governance team for the first time to avoid making short-term project-focused decisions that destroy long-term business value. Every time there's a decision to be made, they can look at which outcomes does this decision impact and which downstream outcomes and benefits could it impact. So they are making informed business decisions. The downstream impact of project governance decisions are usually invisible, but are very long-lasting. And the linking of each outcome and its benefits to the change activities required to deliver the outcomes, and the change activities workloads and cost of delivery, plus the outcomes dependency roadmap, enables project optimization. Enables you to identify opportunities to eliminate high-cost, low-value outcomes and benefits so as to optimize the actual expenditure and returns. This value cost optimization option has previously been impossible without the value equation. And we could continue, but these 6 items here are a pretty powerful list of the difference the value equation makes. Simplified benefits management, simplified success management, project success measures, clarity, immediate and early delivery of benefits, informed decision making, and value optimization. To give you the importance and the difference a value equation makes from a different angle. In a utility that finally rammed in its words, its new system, we identified, after the implementation, the desired business outcomes, benefits and value the project could and intended to deliver. We then adjusted the desired business outcomes and benefits to what had actually been delivered, the compromised results. This found that over 80% of the potential value had been lost through how the project had been defined, designed, developed and delivered. Most of this 80% was unrecoverable. Had they identified their outcomes, benefits and value at the outset, most of this product value could have been delivered, and we have actually done that in other utilities. So it's a powerful tool, the most powerful tool in the toolbox. It enables projects to be simpler, clearer and optimized. But first, before going on, who am I to be talking about all of this? I'm Jed Sims. I founded TOP in 1994. I have over 40 years experience in strategy execution and value delivery. But my life changed when I was suddenly given accountability for all projects within a major bank. I had already strategic projects and operational improvement projects and methods projects, and I was then given IT projects as well. I had accountability for all projects in the bank, and I looked at our results and said, why are we getting such poor results? And it wasn't just our bank or banks or Australian banks. It was a worldwide, and still is a worldwide phenomenon. So I believe that if we were getting such bad results worldwide, there must be something fundamentally wrong. And that's why I challenged orthodox thinking. Later, I was asked to join the Boston Consulting Group as a regional IT strategist, and there I conducted worldwide research into where does the value go on projects. We start off with high hopes and positive business cases, and we often end up just scrabbling to get something over the line. What goes wrong? And that's when I discovered the missing bridge between strategy and results. What are the aspects that are missing? The investment, strategic and business value elements that are missing on most projects, the core of which is the value equation. And having defined that, I've then developed and packaged our expertise for you in TOP to enable you to bridge the gap between strategy and results. TOP's mission is to equip organizations with simple, practical tools, techniques and processes to bridge their execution gap between strategy and business value delivery, to provide you with the tools to do the job. My personal mission is to transform how the world manages change. Our work has been recognised worldwide by Gartner, Cranfield University, Australian Information Industry, Harvard Business School in terms of world leadership thinking and delivery. And we've published and presented worldwide a whole range of books and presentations and videos to take our message to the world in terms of having to take a business view of projects, not a project view of projects. Now back to the value of the value equation. In the following videos, we're going to explain how the value equation increases control and value while reducing waste. And that to generate a value equation is really very simple. So the value equation changes how you approach and think about project investments, how you define and measure success, and how you organise your project and non-project activities to achieve your desired business outcomes and their benefits. It changes the game for a positive sense. So let's take one aspect. It enables simple control of benefits realisation. So it increases the control of projects and their value. How does it do this? Very simply. Each change activity, as defined in the value equation, produces a measurable output. This output can be measured as 100% complete or not. It's either complete or it isn't. Again, black or white. These 100% complete outputs cumulatively deliver the agreed project outcomes and their immediately available benefits. The realisation of the project outcomes is measured with a true-false question. Do we or don't we, have we or haven't we, can we or can't we, so we can see very clearly, did we achieve what we set out to achieve on the project or not. These project outcomes in turn enable the delivery of the business outcomes. The gap between project and outcomes, business outcomes are now known, so we know exactly what we need to do. And then the remaining benefits are delivered through the post-project benefits realisation plans, all set up and enabled by the value equation. Through this simple cumulative process, the value equation embeds benefits realisation into projects. It's not something separate. It also increases the value realised, as the value equation is specifically designed to maximise the identified value. Most business case approaches, by the way, are designed to minimise the value to just enough to get the project approved. The value equation both raises the project investment's perspective to the business level, where the benefits are realised, and uses the benefits funnel and double pass processes that Top has invented to maximize the number and value of the benefits. Once the benefits are known, they can be targeted for realization. Whereas unknown benefits can inadvertently be designed out of existence, as was the case in the utility we talked about a few moments ago. And the value equation also helps you eliminate waste, especially waste caused by uncertainty, ambiguity, and lack of controls. The clarity, specificity, and measurability provided by the value equation eliminates many drivers of waste. The value equation eliminates the sources of waste rather than allowing effort to be wasted on dealing with symptoms. And we'll have a whole video on how it achieves that. And it is simple to understand, adopt and use. And it has a range of uses. We talked here about how it's impacted on projects. In one example, a group of accountants from around the globe met to discuss the new financial strategy. Vastly different levels of understanding existed, and overall there was confusion as to what was to be achieved or done. By using the value equation, the accountants themselves translated the financial strategy into a series of desired business outcome statements, each of which was clear, specific and measurable, and left no room for ambiguity. 2 days later, they dispersed with a common understanding of what they were going to achieve and, through the outcomes dependency roadmap, how they were going to get there from here. It really is that simple. A lot of the problems you're having today are to a large extent caused by not having a clear, complete and effective value equation. The value equation delivers specificity, no ambiguity. All compromises are clear and their impacts assessed. Measurability, not vagueness. True outcomes, not just thought about once. A business perspective, not a project perspective. Outcomes, benefits and value are realized in the business, not on the project. To maximize the value targeted, you need to take a business perspective, and this is what the value equation provides. And it provides the business measures of success, not on time, on budget. The reason you invest in projects is to realize your desired business outcomes, benefits and value. The value equation equips you to define these and then align every project activity to this. The value equation equips you to define these and then align every project activity to their delivery. It's simple. In this short video, we've touched on the tip of the iceberg of what the value equation can do. In the following videos, we'll focus on the 3 critical areas where the value equation directly improves project results. Increased control and value plus eliminated waste through the value equation. It really is that simple.